Hello everyone, this is going to be a quick video for the Brokeass gaming series or gaming on a Brokeass budget series. uh, I wanted to do a more elaborate video, but I realized I only have like 5 days left and most of these games I've already covered. I will be doing a little smaller edited video for some of the new games I picked up that I haven't particularly featured on the channel, but the vast majority of these I already featured on the channel, so we're just going to go through this really quick. Some of these may not have sales, just a warning. I've got a million games in here, so it's hard to check like literally everything, but I'm going to try to look for the cheapest games in here that I think are worth the money and also, low budget. Crystal Crisis is only $2. If you like Puzzle Fighter, I actually think this game is really good. I think it's better than Puzzle Fighter in some ways. Uh, I thought some of the complaints about this game were kind of whack and unwarranted because people complained about uh, changing the formula with the fighting game supers and stuff, and I think it actually adds a lot of depth to the game. It's just the balance of them, unfortunately, is not very good. So some characters can just spam their supers nonstop. However, you can just turn them off. So I thought it was a little weird to complain about something that the developers were aware of, and I'm like, yes, if the game had been more popular, it would have been nice if they did a rebalancing of some of the burst moves and stuff. But you can just turn them off, and you have basically better Puzzle Fighter because there's like exponentially more content in this than any of the other Puzzle Fighter versions. So I think this is worth $2. The $2 for this game is a steal. All right, what else we got here? Be focusing on things I've covered in the past. This game was pretty cool and only $3, but I haven't put up a video of it yet, so we'll have to get to that later. Alright, let's check this out here. Aztez is $2. Way of the Passive Fist is also apparently no money. I recommend both of these games. Astez is really cool because it's a character action game and it's also like a strategy game. So you get like both of those things, and they do have a bloody palace when you beat the game though. So if you're not feeling the strategy, and obviously I'm not a strategy gamer, so I thought that it would be a deal breaker, but I actually played this game quite a bit, and the strategy was actually pretty well done too. And like I said, you do get a bloody palace. There's weapon switching in this game and stuff. I mean, for $2, can't recommend it enough. Wave the Passive Fist I've also covered on the channel before. Let's see what else they got here. I'm just going through the stuff that I've covered before in the past, so you can go look up videos on my channel. Some of them may not have playlists, but if you search for these game names on my channel, you should be able to find gameplay footage and usually overviews of all these games. Dawn of the Monsters is $10. I really enjoyed this game. I'd say the only thing I didn't like about it was the replay value was lacking, but they did add a full-on roguelike and arcade mode, so I definitely recommend this for $12 for the deluxe edition. That's a steal. Let's see what else here. Dishwasher Vampire Smile is a very, very overrated, not overrated, but underrated character action game. It's just one of the best character action games you can get that you probably haven't played. That's literally like the price of a McDouble. So can't recommend it enough. I've got a ton of gameplay of this up, so go look up that if you desire. I'm gonna try to get through this quick because I've covered so many games. Let's see how much Fight and Rage is. Fight and Rage is $10. That's not a historical low, but I think the game is more than worth $10. So if you don't have it already, go ahead and jump in or wait for a sale. Let's see here. Final Vendetta was very enjoyable as well for $6. I already put up a bunch of gameplay for this, so you can go look that up in your own leisure. What else we got here? Getting through the majority of the beat 'em ups. How much is Jitsu Squad? Jitsu Squad is $10. I beta tested that game. Go check it out. Let's see here. Streets 4 is probably dirt cheap right now. $10. If you somehow don't have this, highly recommended. Got a million videos of that. Go check it out. See, is Wendigo Blue on sale? Wendigo Blue is on sale for $9. Can't recommend this enough. Definitely buy this. If you don't buy anything else, buy this, just because this game is really good. It's made by one guy. It's incredibly well designed. So check it out. I think I owe you guys an overview on that. I'll try to get that out soon. For character action, Assault Spy is $4. I've done 1.5 million videos on this, so if you don't have it already, check it out. Also, the developer has a new game coming out called Maitreya, so check that out if you haven't already. Let's see here. For character action games, I'm sure the DMC games are on sale. Don't need to waste time looking at those. Dust Diver 2, $25. Very underrated, great game. It's kind of like a budget, like Yakuza style game with character action combat. There is like a cheat engine table to remove the tag cooldown, which actually makes the game really fun. There's also a bunch of humanoid bosses you can fight in the game that actually become playable party members later on. For solo runs as well, this game is very flexible because it does have the ability to remove characters from the party. So some of the New Game Plus features in this are better than like an actual Tales game. This game does not go on sale very often, so while yes, it's more expensive than like almost everything I've recommended so far combined, if you have the $25, I recommend buying this because it does not go on sale very often. Well worth it. I've got a bunch of videos on it if you're interested. Gungrave Gore recently got its the Switch version content on PC, which is a little bit of divisive. It's a little bit divisive for a couple reasons. First is some people don't like the Switch version changes, and then also the two new characters. What was his name? Jensen, the Boostmaster, and Quartz. They're not available yet, and those were the characters that actually needed the most work because they were melee characters. So I guess that's why they didn't bring them over. But for $4, I think this is more than enough. And then it's like just an extra about $8 for all the characters. That's well worth $12 in my opinion. Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush is not on sale. Let's see here. Oh, not on sale. We're just speed running through all these games here. I don't want to spend too long on these. Z2 Chaos is $10. If you're gonna get this game, definitely get the PC version. The PS4 version, at least on a native base PS4, actually runs pretty bad if you play it as intended with throwing out a bunch of hitboxes. I think this game is well worth $10. Let's see if Origin is on sale. Origin is $15. At that price, it's a little bit steep. It's still a very good action game, but it's definitely a lot more scaled down. It's more methodical than Z2 Chaos, but the boss fights in particular are a lot better. I think this game is worth $15. Although I should warn you that I had an issue where my save got corrupted, so definitely back up your save if you play this. But it's not too long to go through. I played it for 18 hours and did like almost everything in it. What else we got here? Slave Zero X is about $16. That's a bit steep, to be honest. I thought that game was all right. Ultra Age is $12. I think this is worth buying just for the roguelike. I didn't really care for the main campaign that much, but the roguelike mode was actually pretty solid. It's actually one of the first character action game roguelikes we ever got. So I think that's worth $12. I do have some videos of that if you're interested. We're going to go ahead and skip through the fighting games, except for maybe Grid here. Grid is my favorite fighting game. This is worth buying everything on because somebody actually added a trials mode to it. So even though it's pretty much a Discord fighter now, if you want to just mess around and do combos, I think this game is worth it. Alright, we're going to skip through all the fighting games. God Eater 3 is $6. I really enjoyed this game. I did everything in it. I got all the achievements. It's also got some mods that have come out recently as well, so I might reinstall this and check it out later. For $6, you can't beat that if you ask me. Uh, let's see, is Token N2 on sale? Token N2 is still $60, so that's not broke-ass budget. that's way too expensive. What else we got here? I'm sure some of the Muso games are on sale, but they're probably not broke-ass budget priced. Let's see here. Bakeru is $20. Definitely a good game if you like Goemon. Let's see here. Gravity Circuit. One of the best Mega Man Zero styled games. Well worth $9. Spark the Electric Jester 3. Only $12. This game is like both Sonic and a character action game, and the developer actually went like out of control and added a full character action game, Bloody Palace, as a post-game mode. So if you like 3D platformers and you like character action games, this game is a really cool fusion of both. Well worth the money. Let's see here. Virtual Unlimited Project. Let's see if this is on sale. This game is well worth $7. This game is also it's pretty much exactly Mega Man Zero, just with VTubers or whatever. But I didn't care for that, but the gameplay was actually incredibly solid. You could tell that the developers really understood what made the Mega Man Zero games good. And yeah, I'm not into the whole VTuber thing, but I was able to look past it. Really great game. I can't recommend it enough for like $7 and some change. There's also a demo here if you want to try it. Definitely one of the higher priority games I'd say to check out during this sale. Now we're going to go into the roguelikes. This is probably going to take a while. 30XX is $10. I've played that game a lot. Check out the videos if you want. Well worth it. Astral Ascent, one of the best roguelikes ever made in my opinion. It's definitely worth buying the DLC as well. It might be a little bit steep with making come out to like $22, but well worth it. I got the platinum trophy in that game. Let's see if this is on sale. I thought this game was pretty solid. I haven't come back and checked out the updates, but for $8, highly recommended. Pretty good roguelike. Definitely needed more content, but it was more than enjoyable. Also, it deserves some props for being a Unreal Engine 5 game that doesn't run like garbage. I had no problems with performance with this game at all, and if nothing else, it's worth it for that. It was a very solid game. I recommend it. The price is definitely right. Entropy Effect is on sale. I've got a million videos and streams of this. Buy everything for this. Great game. Let's see here. Defect Process. See if this is on sale. Oh, for $2.50. Definitely buy Defect Process. This is a very minimalistic action roguelike. It's like DMC Combat, so it's like a character action game roguelike. The builds don't differ too much, but it differs enough that it's fun to play. It's definitely got a bit of programmer art. Maybe the graphics aren't very appealing, but the gameplay was very solid. I got to go back and finish this. Definitely worth $2.50. Probably one of the most underrated action games you can get for a broke-ass price. What else we got here? Dragon is Dead. Put up a bunch of videos about this. I thought the 1.0 was kind of a bit lacking and very buggy, but they've been putting out patches every day, so not every day, but several times a week. It's not on sale, so you might want to wait. Gunfield. This is a really cool shmup that's also like a Vampire Survivors auto shooter. Well worth $4. I don't think I put up any videos of this, but well worth the money. I got a decent amount of playtime out of it for only $4. Good choice. Helvetti is the game I got sponsored to play. I got the Steam Deck for $7.50. I've got a bunch of videos for this. Highly recommended. Let's see. Keyborg's on sale. Keyborg's $20. Pretty good game. Magic Runestone I really liked. It's on sale for about $8. Nice little game. Great pacing. Runs are like consistently under 30 minutes. It's also got a survivors mode as well, which is pretty involved with dodging attacks and casting stuff. Well worth $8. Almost getting done here. Let's see here. Nightmare of the Lunatic, I actually haven't finished, but I did play it for quite a bit. Definitely, if you like Skull the Hero Slayer, this game is a bit more involved with the combat. Well worth $8. Let's see here. Metalbringer I didn't finish, but I think for 16 bucks, maybe you can buy it and wait for some patches. I definitely thought it was a bit worse than Samurai Bringer, the previous one. Let's see here. Otherworld Legends is free to play, and a bunch of the DLC is on sale. This game got retired off the kitty sitting streams because it stopped working on Steam Deck, but a highly recommended game. I probably wouldn't be the best resource for this game if you want to check it out. It would be better to check out dedicated channels for it because there's a bunch of characters that came out after my save didn't get lost, but it stopped working on Steam Deck. The characters are like $2 each. There is a lot of DLC for sure. A big chunk of it is skins. Just make sure that you're buying a character instead of a skin. And if you download the game, you can try out all the characters for free. So you can make your own decisions from there. Getting close to the end here. Overrider, $7. The last couple updates were a little bit divisive. But they do seem to be trying to get things back on track. For $7, definitely worth it. Let's see here. Realm of Ink. Really nice Hades clone that I actually liked more than Hades. It's getting very close to 1.0. It might actually reach 1.0 before Hades 2. I really liked it. I liked the whole Wuxia theme, and I just like the faster pacing, less of an emphasis on story. How quickly you could ramp up. I thought this game was really fun. It's good that they're going to be adding more to it. There were some problems with the publisher that prevented them from doing anything with the game, but now it's back on track. Well worth $15 if you're looking for a Hades alternative. Let's see here. Let's see, is this on sale? Remure was actually a pretty cool, not quite Hades, but like a little bit of a overhead angle or bird's eye view angle, like a character action game sort of. It's definitely light on content, but for $8, not bad if you're completely out of anything else to play. But I think pretty much everything else I mentioned would be a better choice if you're low on money. Shadow of the Death went 1.0 recently. I haven't played this in a while, but seems like the game is quite a bit better now. There's a demo here if you want to try it. Let's see here. Turtle Splintered Fate. Again, I might be a contrarian when I say this, but I like Splintered Fate more than Hades or Hades 2. Just quicker paced. I definitely had some problems with some of the boss fights, but they did push out a balance patch recently that supposedly fixed some of that stuff and buffed like the useless powers and stuff. Definitely a pretty good game. It also does have co-op, so if you're looking for a roguelike you can play with friends, well worth the money. Skull on sale. I didn't like Skull as much as other games, but Skull does have a pretty robust modding community, so I think it's worth it for $10 and buying the DLC as well. Warriors Abyss just got a major update, so get that if you haven't already. Already went over Wendigo Blue. Wizard of Legend also has a lot of mods as well. Well, we're checking out the first one. Didn't care for the second one. Let's see here. Divine Orders is really cool. It's like a shmup with really cheap-looking graphics, but it's cool because you can level up and there's builds and everything. I got a decent amount of entertainment out of it for $5. Well worth it. Let's see here. Cyveriar Delta. Let's see if that's on sale. One of my favorite shmups. I really like grazing mechanics in shmups. Well worth $10. Stargun is like a modern Tyrion The pixel art kind of leaves a little bit to be desired, but for 12 bucks, I haven't gotten too far in it, but I can definitely tell that I'll see it to the end. Let's see here. For stylish RPG, most of these are going to be pretty expensive, so I don't know how much time I'll spend on these. Tales games are pretty self-explanatory. I keep hearing this game is good, but I've had it backlogged forever. You can get it cheaper than this, so definitely look elsewhere. Let's see here. If you're tired of the Diablo 4 seasons, not the Diablo 4 seasons, this game is well worth 15 bucks. I do wish it had more mods, but it was very enjoyable. Really open-ended build system and everything, just enjoyable overall. Well worth the money. And that basically sums it up. Everything else in here is probably going to be pretty expensive, but those are a bunch of games to buy on a budget. You should have a lot of things to maybe decide through. You can go back and look through the video again if you missed any titles or anything. And then most of those games I pretty significantly covered in the past, so go ahead and check them out. I'd say if you had a budget of like $60 for this sale, you could get a decent chunk of those games. Some of them are more expensive than others, but it's a pretty respectable amount of entertainment. So go check it out. Thanks for watching, everybody.